Hey, what's up, guys? It's Duad here, and it's time for a quick Macro Mondays update. Starting with Bitcoin, and I will go to the very high time frame. This is not a confirmed closed candle yet. 3 days until the monthly candle close, but this is looking extremely bullish. And if we close anywhere near this region, this will likely start to curl up even more. This is the stochastic RSI on the monthly, so that's extremely powerful. Let's move down to the 3 week. We've got this, which is also, it still needs about 2 weeks before this confirms, but we have a stochastic cross up. And if you don't know what that means, it's essentially telling us that the buying pressure is surpassing the selling pressure. The bulls are winning versus the bears. So let's go down to the 2 week. There's still 6 days and 14 hours left. One of the things here that's really interesting is we have a hidden bullish divergence, which is when price is making a higher low and the momentum oscillator is making a lower low. And you can see here, this is actually an old chart from 2020, but it shows a few examples of this and what happens after. This is on the daily chart, right? And so, yeah, you can see this is basically the setup that I'm showing you, where we have a higher low on price and a lower low on the momentum oscillator, and it's starting to curl up. As you can see here, starting to curl up. So the effects are already present, I would say. This is just the beginning. And as you can see in this, that it really precedes some very heavy moves, strong moves. And so, and this is on a higher time frame. This isn't just like the hourly or 4 hour or daily even. This is on 2 week chart. So this is very, very bullish, extremely bullish. Now we're down on the weekly chart. We have had a very strong close, and this is a bullish hammer that we just closed just now. I'm going to remove these lines. Stochastic RSI is looking very bullish, still has a lot of room to move. You'll see here that even if it does get up into this area, look how much okay, once it crossed this yellow line, this is last year, right? It still had this much to move, but look at the stochastic. Even though it topped out and it came down, when we have these really bullish momentums, this is basically the kind of move we could potentially be seeing. There are no guarantees. We also had the MACD crossing up, and with now our third green on the histogram, which is all great signs. And now here we have the global liquidity. The blue line is the dynamic moving average, and we've taken a little dip below it. Popped up, taken a little dip below, but you can see it's starting to curl up. And generally in the history, this is what happens when we get up above the blue line, and that is the craziest parts of the bull run. And then when we cross down, that is the bear market. Here we are with stable dominance, which is USDT and USDC dominance. And you can see here that price came up all the way, and it tried to get up above this key weekly resistance, and it got rejected. And here we are now closing below. And if this weekly candle closes below this uptrend once again, then we could be looking at getting a steady fall, which is the inverse correlation to crypto. And that would be fantastic. You can see here that the weekly RSI has lost momentum. It was up above this trend line and it broke down. So this looks like potentially this will now be its new resistance line, hopefully, because if this continues to fall, this is good for crypto. And then whenever that pops back out, that'll be bad that'll be time to get out, right? Now let's look at Bitcoin dominance, which is showing a lot of strength. This was a very strong monthly resistance, and it plowed through it. So this is looking like potential continuation here. RSI still has room to move. So yeah, who knows? This could where this could go. We are expecting it to top out at some point soon, but maybe with the upcoming expected rally around election times or after election times, this could pop up first. But whenever that breaks down and loses this uptrend, that's going to be when our bags should fly. Now let's look at others, which are taking a little bit of a cool off. That was a bearish engulfing candle on others. And you can see this with most of the market that alts took a little hit on that Tether FUD DXY. Wow. So the Dixie actually closed above this long-standing trend line, which it had previously lost. And so now here it is, and it closed above a weekly candle. So this is not necessarily good for crypto and for risk assets. It is, however, against this resistance line now, and it's getting rejected, although that's not like a harsh rejection by any means. Nothing like this long wick here. Still, this could be a fake out on the Dixie, and hopefully we get a close below and then a downtrend starting on the DXY. Next, here's the Fear and Greed Index, which we have been in greed for at least a week now, I believe. It's not uncommon for this period of the cycle. However, it's when we get into the really extreme greed that's when we need to be preparing to exit. So we are not there yet. Altcoin season. It is not altcoin season, it is Bitcoin season. Google trends for the search term Bitcoin are extremely low, which means that still retail are not interested. This will likely pick up whenever Bitcoin has broken all-time highs. Let's take a look at meme coins. So meme coins made a higher high and now cooling off a bit. And so this is a nice trend. I don't think it's topped out yet. We will likely see something crazy. This was right at the peak earlier in 2024, around March. Look at that. Now we'll look at the golden ratio, which shows that we are still way far away from any sort of a top. Pi cycle top also in confluence of that. And that's all I got for you today, guys. If this is the kind of content you like, please hit the like and subscribe. Take care.